Good evening. This is CTV News from Monday, August 29th. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Malone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, the Head Start program in Prince George's is starting a new school year with an outside organization running it. This after federal officials yanked the county's funding, citing deficiencies in reporting allegations of child abuse and not addressing the problems once discovered. CTV's Karen Adams has more.
Prince George's Head Start program began today on time as promised. However, Denver-based Community Development Institute Head Start is running it for now.
It's embarrassing, it angers me, but you know, the next thing is I have to make sure these children are safe, that the parents have a place to send their children, and then we make the corrections so this never happens again.
County Executive Rashawn Baker joined school CEO Kevin Maxwell for a tour of the program at Glass Manor Elementary on this first day. We're
not going to lose the resources. It's not going to be a disruption in the programming, and the men and women in our school system who are doing a great job will continue that. Our main focus has been all along to make sure the program is kept here in the county and that people can drop their children off. The other is to make sure it's continuous. And thirdly is to look at what happened and to make the changes we need to.
The visit comes on the heels of a federal investigation that found allegations of educators mistreating children and the abuse not being properly reported, if at all. It cost the county $6.4 million in federal funding. The report is raising concern among parents whose children take part in Head Start.
Well, I think that it's going to affect the little kids because there are next generations that's coming up in the world. And I feel that with me having great nieces in them, that it benefits them because when my daughter was coming up, she's 22 now, and she started in Head Start.
Baker wants to ensure parents they're doing everything to prevent what happened before from occurring again.
That people know year in and year out that we're going to be monitoring what they're doing. We're going to hold people accountable when they don't report accurately, or that when we ask for changes to be made, those changes aren't made. So it is our responsibility to be extra vigilant going forward.
And that was Karen Adams reporting. Now, County Executive Baker says they are looking for a local provider of the program. Meanwhile, a councilman is now calling for an independent review of the county's Head Start program. Well, Prince George's County gets $24,000 from the state for school bus safety initiatives. The grant is among $500,000 allocated to 22 jurisdictions in Maryland set to receive additional funding. Now, the money will be used to pay overtime for law enforcement when school buses are on the road. It will also go toward public education programs to inform drivers that they must halt when a school bus stops to pick up or drop off passengers.
It's been 5 days since the doors have reopened at Prince George's Public Schools, but nearly 3,000 students still have not received their updated immunization shots. During the summer, the school system provided free clinics where parents could have their children vaccinated. Dr. Maxwell says the No Shots, No Schools state-mandated policy has become an issue for those not in compliance.
We began earlier than we have ever begun last school year to get kids ready for school to be immunized. We have worked with our media partners. I've talked with a number of you who are standing here today about the work that we've done. We've had calls home to children, and yet we still had, when we opened the school, several thousand children who had not had their immunizations, and so they were denied access to school with the direction to parents, get your children immunized, as we've been telling you for months and months and months, and then your children can attend school.
The school system says parents can get their children vaccinated at the county's health department's Cheverly Health Center for free. It's open through Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Some good news here. All of the families displaced in the Silver Spring apartment fire have been relocated to permanent or long-term housing. That, according to a spokeswoman with the Montgomery County's Health and Human Services Department. They, along with other agencies, have been assisting the victims. About 100 people had been displaced, 30 injured, and 7 killed when a natural gas line caused a fire and explosion earlier this month.
I think that there was a real good coordination of services, both at the local, county level. Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development was involved. Montgomery Housing Partnerships, which was also the organization that did the fund for the victims. Everybody worked well together to make sure that families either had permanent or at least a temporary place to go.
Anderson says also that counseling services are available, being offered to kids and adults through the school district as well as through the county system there to help them recover from the trauma suffered as a result of that incident. You're watching CTV News. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.